Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Python Freaks. So today's topic is actually a very important one and it will be very useful for someone who is looking for a job in software engineering. In this video, I will be just giving you an overview on how you can prepare for your interview in software engineering in such a way that your chances of getting selected increases, and will also give you a details as if like what exactly an interviewer is looking when he is interviewing a fresher. This video is mainly dedicated for fresher, but some points will be applicable for any software interviews. So without any further delay, let's start the video. Now, since the answer of this question needs to cover a very broad area, hence I've divided this into two scenarios. The first one, where you say you have a time of 2 weeks or 1 month, or actually more than a month. So, and the second scenario is where you have your interviews already scheduled and you just have few days. So, both scenarios will have a different set of action items and different set of strategy. So let's first discuss about say suppose you have a 1 or 2 month of time, and so what exactly you need to do, how you should prepare. Okay, so let's first talk about the first one. Go through the various opening on LinkedIn which is relevant to your profile or the job which you're applying for. Make a note of all the key skills or technology with their frequency or occurrence. Now, once you have a good amount of data, start learning the top 5 skills followed by the top 10 and top 15. And suppose you have a bandwidth, you can also go for the top 20. But at least top 10 skills you should definitely complete. Now, what will like how this is going to help you? So this will keep you updated with the latest technology or the skills which is required to fetch a job in that particular time frame. Now, the next point to consider here is work on project of different domain. So, what do I mean by this? Let's say you are making some project from scratch. So the first point is like you should not only work on 2 or 3 projects, you should have at least 4 to 5 projects. Second point here is it should be all totally different. It should be from different domain. Like suppose if you have made a project something related to finance, then the other project should not be related to finance. It should be in some other different areas. It can be some healthcare domain, or it can be some shopping, e-card shopping, or something of that sort. Now, let's talk about what's the benefit of doing this. Let's say, suppose the company which you are going to be interviewed, you are not sure which company it might be. It can be from any domain. So, if you have created a project which has a relevancy to do something with the domain, so your chances of getting selected from the other candidates increases. So that's why you should have a project from at least 4 to 5 different areas. So this will increase your chance of getting selected. So now let's move to the next point, which is a very important one, which is like have an overview of all the latest technology in the market and a thorough knowledge of at least 2 or 3. So what I mean by this is you should be very proactive and keep yourself updated about the tools and technology and other relevant skills to the job profile which you are looking for, or you might be interested in. For example, let's say you are very much interested in web development. So you should have a very sound knowledge about JavaScript, and you should have all the knowledge about the framework that is being used for web development through JavaScript. So one more point to consider here is you should not try to learn everything. You should have a basic idea or overview about everything, but your masters should be in 2 or 3 things. Now, the next point here is having a knowledge about the real-time issues. So, you should be totally aware about all the major challenges that the tech company which you are looking for, or like the domain in which you are looking for, there will be some tech giants in it. So, what all problems they are facing, how they are resolving it. So, you should have at least basic idea of this. Now, the question is how you will get this information. So this is not a very tough task actually, if you ask me. Like on YouTube, there are various conferences, tech talks uploaded by the technical experts of this particular company, where they discuss about the real-time issues and how they tackle it. So you can go through that, and you will have a fair amount of idea about all the real-time issues. Now, the next point here is have a sound knowledge about the various technology which is being used in a particular domain and why. So technically, if you see, this is a subset of the third point, but there is a slight difference in it. Like there are various domains or profiles of jobs, but you might not be interested in all of them. So you should have a sound knowledge about the major skill set which a particular company is using and also why that is being used. What are the advantages of using it? So there is a small exercise like which will open the wide area and also increase your chances on the particular domain or the particular job which you are targeting. So one more thing you can do here is always keep yourself updated with the skill set which a FANG company is using, like Facebook, Amazon, Google, and Netflix. So like it is being seen, like whatever technology this particular top giants adopt, the other company, like it can be a middle or even the small startups, follow the same footprints, like they also adapt to the same technology. So this point also can help you a lot. Yeah, so we discussed a lot about how we can prepare when you have as a 3 weeks or a month time, or actually more than month. Okay, but now let's discuss the scenario where your interview is already scheduled and where you have say 1 or 2 days of time left. Like what should be a strategy in that? How can you prepare more efficiently? Let's discuss about that. So the first point to consider here is go through your resume in and out, and you should be in a position to explain from anything and everything that is mentioned in that resume. There should be nothing like that, not a single point also which is mentioned in the resume and you are not able to explain it. If that's the case, that will be a very negative impact in your overall interview. Alternately, there will be many questions which is based on your resume. So if you are very much prepared for that, then you can answer that very much confidently. And like you know, in interview, everything is all about your confidence. How confidently you like you are able to answer that question. That will increase the chances of your getting selected. Now, the next point to consider here is rehearsing, explaining your project. And when you are explaining your project, you should also talk a lot about the actual issues which you have faced and how you resolved it. So, when you are being interviewed as a fresher, so this is actually the core area of your interview, or should I say that this particular segment, interview is very much interested in. So you should prepare it very well. Now, comes the question, how can you prepare it? So the actual answer is you have to explain this to any of your friend. You can do this even alone, like where you can start with like what's the scope of project, why have you choose this particular project, what is the technology you have selected it, why this particular technology, why not some other technology. So basically you will try to answer all this question from yourself to the particular person, and if some person is not there, you can also try rehearsing it alone. So what I want to say is like when the actual interview is happening, so in that case you should be very fluent with all the points, and you should follow a particular order with like all the points which is covered one by one. So all in all, what I mean to say is like when the actual interview is happening, you should speak very confidently about the in and out of the project that you have worked on. Also, if you have a group of friends who is applying for the same job, then it will be very best if you do some group discussion type of thing, like where you will explain the project and the other person will listen to you, and they will ask some counter question which is relevant to that particular project. So this activity will help you a lot in raising your confidence and preparing yourself for that particular interview. Now, the next point to consider here is try to gain knowledge about the company, about the domain in which it is working, what are the different clients they are dealing with, and what are the actual core values of that particular company. And yes, not to mention the interview question that had been asked in the past. So this will give you basically a overview of the company, like about the overall interview process, and based on that you can frame your answer. Now, there are like the question is like how can we do this? Now, the answer is very straightforward. We have different platforms. Like one such platform is Glassdoor, which will have all the in and out information, be it the salary structure, the salary they are offering to the particular candidate at different level, the interview questions that they are asking to candidates at different level, and about the overall company culture and everything. So this will give you a very good amount of idea about the company, and it's always good to have a good amount of information about the company which you are getting interviewed for. Now, the last but definitely not the least point here is you should prepare yourself. Actually, you should recollect all the recent achievements which you have done. It can be in some college project which you have worked on, and luckily it might have been used at a large scale, or you might have taken part in some hackathon and all. So you should jot down all your achievements, and if asked by the interviewer, you should definitely mention all the key achievements that you have achieved. So based on the relevancy of the interview. So these are some of the very basics point which I think would be helpful when someone is applying for a software engineering job as a fresher. I know it's a very broad topic and including everything was not possible, but I tried my level best to include everything whatever was relevant in this video. But still, if you think there are some doubts or questions, or if you feel there is some point which has been missed, please let me know in the comment section below. So with this, we have come to the end of the video. Hope you like the video and it would be somewhat helpful in your future. If yes, please subscribe to my channel, and thanks a lot once again for watching the video till the very end. See you all in my next video.